Hi guys, what's up? Tori here. So I'm here today to do my 33-week pregnancy update video. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into this and get into all the updates. So we'll just go ahead and start with all the updates on baby. So this is just all according to my Ovia app that I use. Before I get started with that, I should mention that I am 33 weeks and 3 days today, and today's date would be Tuesday, October 27th of 2020. So now we'll go ahead and get to the updates. So first, all updates with baby. And like I said, this is all according to my Ovia pregnancy app that I use. Baby is anywhere between 17 and 19 inches long, or about the size of a cauliflower blossom, or like your typical head of cauliflower. And she could weigh between 4 to 6 pounds, and still going to be putting it on about half a pound a week up until her birth. And now again, remember, my baby is actually running smaller, and I will actually get into what her actual size is a little bit more at the end, because she is running smaller than that 4 to 6 pound range actually. So I'll get into that later. But then at this stage, she is keeping her eyes open when she is awake. Her bones are still forming and are still soft, but they are hardening more each and every day. And they're gonna just keep on hardening. And then her brain is also just developing further and further every day, and she's just now getting to that point where she's starting to be very close to being ready to be born. So that is really cool. So then now I'm gonna go ahead and get into updates on me and how I've been. Overall, I've been doing good, been feeling really pretty good. Still just tired and all that. I will say in this last week, I've noticed having a lot more indigestion recently, where for some reason things just won't sit good. And literally the best way I can describe the feeling is it feels like my food moves up and then will get stuck in my chest, throat, esophagus area, and just sit there and just feel really uncomfortable for a while. And then sometimes I'll get a little burpy afterwards, and that'll make it go away. Otherwise I'll just sit there uncomfortable for a little bit until it goes away, and then eventually it will just kind of go away on its own. I've even noticed that sometimes just after drinking water, especially if I have too much to drink too, I really notice it. So I definitely noticed that. And just in these last few days, the other thing I've been noticing is I am just an emotional, hormonal basket case. At least that's the way I feel like. And I say the last few days because it's been mostly since Sunday, and then yesterday and today, just feel like my hormones and emotions and everything is just all over the place. And now there are factors that I guess play into it. We recently learned that Matt's grandpa that lives up north is pretty much going downhill. They're looking into getting him into hospice care. They really don't think he's got a whole lot longer left and all that. So we did learn that, and so Matt Sunday ended up going up to go see his grandpa for a bit. And so that was kind of out of the blue and emotional there. But then too, just everything with all this COVID stuff has been real crazy and emotional too lately, just because especially with my aunt working on getting my baby shower put together. There's only about 12 family members total that'll be at my baby shower, and everyone else is going to tune in via Zoom just because they feel better that way. And it's understandable and I get it, but it just made me so emotional because I want to see my family so bad. I want to hug them and just celebrate with them and have fun with them and just be with them, because most of my family I have not even, a lot of these people I honestly haven't even seen since Christmas. There's a few of them that I've seen since Christmas, but not very many of them. Majority of them has been since last Christmas since I've seen them, and even talked to some of them. It's just and I just want to I was just so excited and so looking forward to seeing everybody and all that. And it's I just want to hug them and celebrate and have fun with them. It's not even about getting gifts or anything. It's just about seeing them and being able to celebrate with them. and my baby shower is actually combined with my cousin Stephanie, because she's due to have her baby at the very beginning of February, but she's actually going to be having her baby earlier too, because she's older, so they're going to be inducing her earlier as well. But so she's kind of like in the same boat as me, except for her reasoning is totally different than mine for when her baby comes. But because we're so close to each other, like we're just combining our showers. And so it's like, you know, it's just kind of one of those that's like, I want to like celebrate with everyone together, with her, celebrate her baby, celebrate my baby. Like, it's about like, I want that celebration, and the fact that like COVID is just like putting such a damper on it, and COVID is too just putting such a damper on, has put quite a damper on so much with this pregnancy. Like, it's just kind of completely altered my pregnancy experience. Like, I have not had like the typical pregnancy experience that most women get. Like, honestly, even announcing my pregnancy to people has totally been different than what I've imagined and planned, and just different things along the way have been so different. Just going to doctor's appointments has been so different and a pain, and even when her actual delivery happens is going to be so different, because it'll be, I mean, it would have been just Matt and I in the delivery room regardless, but after that, like, we won't have visitors. Matt actually will not be allowed to even come and go from the hospital. If he were to choose to leave before I'm discharged, he would not be able to come back until he picks me up from the hospital. So it's just, you know, it's like the whole thing is so different. I mean, like, I won't be able to have visitors, so no one will be able to even like see my baby and meet her until we're home from the hospital. And it's just like that whole thing too, because then it's like, then I feel like I'm gonna have to space out like my family coming to like different people coming to visit and see her and stuff, like once we are home. And I don't know, I just feel like, you know, it's just everything's just so altered and so different, and like I've been getting really emotional with that, and it's like it makes things at work stressful too. Obviously working in childcare too, it makes everything different there, and it's like I think that all has just been hitting me and overwhelming me a lot, and I'm just like so sick and tired of it. So just a lot, like, I think it's just a lot of emotions. I think too, just like that, like, overwhelming feeling of like, oh my goodness, like my baby's gonna be coming really soon, and I think that's kind of played into it. And then of course, like, the hormones too obviously make it just kind of amplified, and I've definitely just been feeling that the last few days, especially like big time. Like, I had one meltdown in my car Sunday evening on my way home, and like I've had a couple moments where I feel like I'm gonna just burst into tears, like out of nowhere, even though like it doesn't actually happen. It just feels like it might happen. So definitely noticed that. And then I guess the other thing that I've kind of noticed recently is my appetite seems like it's a little bit less than what it has been. Like for one, I'm not even noticing myself feeling all that hungry really at all lately. Like, I don't like ever be like, oh, I'm so hungry, like I want this, and like I don't even notice like the cravings necessarily attacking me so much anymore either. Like, I feel like my appetite's decreased. Like, even when I go to eat, like I'll start out eating, and then it's like after a little ways into eating, like I'll almost just kind of be like, feel like disgusted with my food. Like, I mean, with my weight loss surgery, I always hit a point where like I feel full and feel done. But it's more like I just hit this point of like, oh, if I eat anymore, like I'm just not gonna feel good. Like, I don't know, it's a bit of a different feeling than what I normally have, like since having my weight loss surgery. And I've just noticed that a little bit more lately, or like something will look good when I look at it, but then it's like I don't, or like, but then yet I still don't have the full desire to eat it. Like, I don't know, I just feel like my appetite's been very, very weird lately too, is what I've noticed. But so yeah, those are like the major like newer symptoms I noticed. I shouldn't say newer, but like more different symptoms that I've noticed recently. But otherwise, like, I'm still tired all the time. Still trying to kind of keep my varicose veins in check with my compression socks that I wear and stuff like that. So just kind of everything else is kind of still just there, lingering in the background. But those are just kind of more of the other things that I've noticed more. So that's all the updates on me. So now I'm going to get to updating on other things. So last week, Thursday, was the last time that I went to maternal fetal medicine for another growth ultrasound check on baby. And at that ultrasound, she was now weighing approximately 3 pounds, 4 ounces, which is small for her gestational age. She's still running small. She did show growth again because the ultrasound previous, she was measuring at 2 pounds 10 ounces. So now she had 3 pounds 4 ounces. So she's still trending upward nicely. Like they still like that, and that makes them really happy and pleased and stuff. So like that's a good thing. And like her heart rate is really good. I've so far had a total of 3 non-stress tests. I have another one this Thursday. I have non-stress tests twice a week, every week up until she's born at this point. And I've had 3 of them so far, and all 3 of them have been great. Her little heart has been beating away just perfectly the way it should be and fluctuating in the way it should be. So at this point she is, I mean, pretty much in great health and everything's looking good. She is actually still head down too even, and she looks really good on the ultrasound and everything looked good. She just is running tiny. Like everything, she's healthy. Like her blood flow through her cord was good. My amniotic fluid levels were good. Everything is honestly looking really good, just she's tiny. That's it. So, and then in talking with the doctor at maternal fetal medicine, he at this point is saying like, I just want to, like, I'm not even aiming for a certain weight anymore at this point. I'm just aiming to get you to full term, which is why we're doing the non-stress test up until that point, because then that way we can like keep checking that to make sure that she's never in distress at any point. So he's like, I want to just get you to full term and then probably schedule just getting you induced and getting her here between 37 and 38 weeks, because 37 weeks is actually considered full term, even though like your due date is technically put at 40 weeks. So 37 weeks is technically when a baby is like considered full term, like, and at like pretty much by the time a baby hits 37 weeks, all they're doing is growing at that point. Like there's not really anything more developmentally they need from being in the womb. So he just wants me to get to that 37 week point, and I will be getting induced somewhere between 37 and 38 weeks. Pregnant is what he is saying that is going to happen. And he also is pretty much throwing out the door me even delivering at our local hospital here, which is literally 3 minutes down the road from our house. He is wanting us to deliver at the hospital out there and maternal, where maternal fetal medicine is located, which is about a 40-ish minute drive from our house. It can be a little more depending on traffic and construction and all that, but roughly about 40 minutes away from us. So he is saying he wants us to deliver out there, so that way just in case she were to need the NICU for any reason, we're out there where the NICU is and she wouldn't have to be transported and we wouldn't have to be separated, kind of thing. So he's pretty much saying that like, yeah, I recommend you deliver here. Like, and he's really didn't even give it an option. Like he's not even saying that anymore. He's pretty much just saying like, we're gonna deliver here in Grand Rapids, or in deliver here out here by where we are at. So that pretty much is the plan at this point, that I will not be delivering here locally, but 40 minutes away at the more specialist type place. So that pretty much was all the updates from that appointment, which is a little bit of a bummer that I can't deliver here more locally, but yet it's okay too, because like I said, it's not like visitors are allowed right now anyway, and Matt's not even allowed to come and go from the hospital either, so it's really in the end not a huge deal, and it just kind of is what it is at this point. It's a little disappointing, but yet it's okay. The one positive is he said like, at this point there's no reason that a C-section were to be necessary unless after they induced me, like she were to start not tolerating labor very well. That would be the only reason at this point that a C-section would be necessary, because she's head down and she's looking really good and healthy and everything looks great and fine. So he said at this point there's no reason a vaginal delivery can't even be possible. So that's also a excellent, wonderful thing. So I'm hoping, praying that she tolerates labor well and I can end up having the delivery I would prefer having. So yeah, that is all the updates there. So the next time I go to maternal fetal medicine will be next week, Thursday again. So that'll be the next growth ultrasound check. Up until that point, I just have I have an NST this Thursday, an NST next Monday, and then actually next week Thursday I have an NST, I see my OB, and I go to maternal fetal medicine, so there's gonna be a lot on that day. But yeah, so just continuing on right along. I'll keep you guys updated on everything, obviously. And then yeah, this coming Sunday is my baby shower with my family. Obviously doing things a little different than initially intended on, but it'll be okay. It'll still be good to see people, even if not all of them are going to be in person. It is understandable, and like, you know, I should be being somewhat cautious too, to make sure I don't get sick at all or anything before she's born. So, you know, it is overall understandable, disappointing, but understandable. So yeah, and as far as like things with the nursery goes, like things are pretty much ready. I think after my shower that I have, and after like I get everything put away from that, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little nursery tour for you guys, so that way you can kind of just see what things are looking like in the nursery thus far. There's probably some things I'll end up having to purchase myself yet at some point, but I'll just kind of show you what we got going on for the time being, after my shower and after everything gets put away from that. So that is everything that I have to update you guys on. I'm just gonna go ahead now and show you guys my 33-week belly. So I have you guys kind of facing a different direction today because I have to charge my phone. So but yeah, so here is with the shirt up, facing forward, facing to the side, facing to this side. And I'll go ahead and put my shirt up. I'm actually wearing like actual maternity pants today, so this is facing forward, and my belly button just kind of like continues to stretch. It's not really popping at all. I don't think it's gonna pop at all. I think it's just gonna kind of continue to stretch like it is at the moment. So facing this way, and then facing this side, facing this side. But yeah, there's my 33-week baby belly. So yes, that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.